Make some noise for host Freya, how about that? Welcome back. We are moving into Overpass, and I think it is most certainly an uphill struggle now at this point for Furia. I think Vitality have to be the favourites at this point.
Yeah, I think that goes without saying.
Individually, for this map, obviously they're 1-0 up, you know, for this map as well.
I mean, and individually they're performing really well. I think, of course, they just highlighted it on the desk. Furia, they did have a more comprehensive game plan when it came to Overpass. I think it felt like they kind of went to desperation mode a little bit too soon on Inferno. Obviously, they didn't get off to the best of starts. So we'll see if things can be different here on Overpass.
All right, Vitality will be defending to start off. RPK with the smoke and diffuse kit once again. And a lot of utility for Furia. Art, Abel, J, Yuri, all with grenades. Art's got a P250 as well. That makes me happy. Often smokes lined up on the pole here. We'll go into the middle of the site, which can cover some angles from the balcony position. That one's gone a little short, though, as you would stand in front of the barrels for it to go in the middle of the site, but looking to burst in case there is a defense here. So far, so good for Furia.
Yeah, it's a nice take of the side. ZywOo will pick off one towards the back, but it's okay. Oh, actually, no, the bomb's lost. The bomb's actually lost towards Suez at this point. This stack here, okay, I'm not sure if ZywOo's seen that. He must have. I mean, he got the kill, so they know the bomb is there. In fact, they'll rotate Apex through connector from the bathroom. So Alex is already there as well. This is not a good spot to be in. Furia having to retake Suez, and that's difficult because the choke points are tiny to get into that position. So this is going to be pretty brutal. Keserato is coming in through A, so they're going to try to wait for him, and they're going to need him to really synchronize, and he can perhaps create some distraction. But look at this. How do you get through this tunnel, James?
How do you solve this? Walking into a crossfire, Finney's trying to figure out what the best angle of approach is. It's basically a three-man peak on the way. RPK has a smoke grenade, but he's inside connector. So about to start moving. Looks into the other end of connector. He's got to get taken out here by Keserato. Okay, now we've got a man advantage, but he will have the information at the very least of the crossfire. Keserato trying to do what he can, and now he's alone. Alex to dispatch of him. 3 kills for Alex. Start as you mean to proceed.
Yeah, that's a beautiful round there from Vitality, but you got to think that it must be an oversight to an extent from Furia as well. They push the bomb site with 3 to 4 players, but the bomb is just, here it is. It's just, it's not with the push on the bomb site. It's just hanging out in Suez, kind of watching for a flank. But that player cannot have the bomb there, so that must be an oversight. A mistake there from Furia is going to cost them everything here. As at the for the first few rounds at least, as you can see that they will get the scout onto Art, but nobody else has invested anything. He's got a smoke and a flash as well. So let's see how much damage he can do in this round. His teammates will all be buying up fully in the following rounds, so I'm just looking to keep some pressure on. Perhaps lull Vitality into a full sense of security. Let's see if we can get anything here. Will there be a boost or any shenanigans here from Furia, I wonder? Also stepping there, MBK will hear that, and indeed the boost coming in, looking towards the bomb site. Gonna have to connect the headshot though. As soon as the scout is announced, that will change how Vitality peak.
Yeah, they've heard the scope already, so sniper divider will be the call. ZywOo will not show to it. Sorry, Apex. See NBK will eat the flashbang, not seeing it early enough and getting nothing out of it. But ZywOo is in a good position with York to simply delete. Reload required. In that case, Rato's left. At this point, you just want to, if you could get another kill, that would be huge. You'll get a tag. Apex trying to fall back. I like the wallbang attempts. Those are very spreadable dividers, but they'll just be the one frag for Furia. So far, so good for Vitality. 2-0 on the CT side. Comfortable.
Yeah, everything is looking like it's going according to plan for Vitality so far, but here it is. We see, as Art was the only guy that spent any money in the previous round, he's going to pick up the Mac-10, but his teammates have Kriegs and AKs and full nades. So ultimately, you know, it does work out pretty well, and there was definitely a world where Vitality would have lost more players in that previous round. MBK's rocking the auto shotgun, so you can imagine he'll be playing around the connector position with that one. And indeed, he will be going straight down connector, and he's going to have some fun here, perhaps. He's got a bunch of players coming his way. How much can he get from this shotgun? But he's alone. There's no one behind him to trade quickly. MBK gets himself 2 off the shotgun. That is a fantastic result. Lots of money in the bank, and that is not the way that Furia wanted to start this round.
That's a whole lot of money as well. Godby's quite infamous for taking a shotgun down there on a round such as this, and now NBK tries to do the same. Handicapped Furia's push. 4 versus 3 in favor of Vitality. Apex is making inroads towards long, looking for information, while Alex just spots the toilets. So there should be a good idea for Vitality that B is incoming. Apex moving towards the party position. If they're confident it's B, can hold rotation. There's a pop flash through the smoke, but it's going to hit a player. RPK will still get blinded though, moving towards short B, and no one's there. ZywOo again with the AUG, and there is wide swing from RPK with the MP9, and that will be another round in the bag for Vitality. 3 players surviving. We'll see if Apex can upgrade his SMG. He can't, but it's not a big deal. They've got the clean sheet.
Yeah, I really liked Furia's pop flash, but it looked like the pop flash from ZywOo was even better as RPK finishes off everything. And see, really good work there from Vitality here. Their basics are looking really on point at this moment, and they'll go up 3-0. So scouts back out for Mr. Arts. And he has a pistol ensemble to join him.
All right, not the start Furia wanted. Desert Eagles are out. Art is having a nightmare of a series at the moment. Not ideal with the scout, but it is an eco round. Again, a question of damage. Playing for the long term, Furia. They can take some guns away. They get 2 frags, that's good for about $12,000 of damage. So again, this can be very, very key. No tag on that jump peak. Maybe some nerves being had by Furia after they have to be surprised at having lost Inferno. Always ready to pick it over Mirage as their first map. Surely thought it was a given, but here we are.
Yeah, I was surprised about the Mirage situation as well, considering that Furia has said, you know, Mirage nukes the 2 maps that they're so super incredibly comfortable on. But you have to consider your opponent. Quick flash over the top there for Apex. The peak, he picks off 1, sees more. And there's the peak from ZywOo. Easy does it for him. Getting himself lots of damage there on the spray. And Furia with very little to do here. And I like how Vitality playing very conservatively here. The objective for Furia was to, as you mentioned, just get damage in. But they have so far failed to do so. And they are being hunted at this point. And they will be finished off and still yet to get any damage. Can K-Serato change that story though? Can he pick off at least 1 here? We'll have Apex moving more closely. There we go. The headshot comes in. Is there another one coming in for K-Serato? No, there is not. But the damage will be minimal.
At least they got something out of it. It looks so claustrophobic the way K-Serato was holding there. About $6,000 per person for Vitality, or more for the most part. RPK is a little short, but they've done very, very well so far, Vitality. The 4-0, they've survived in numbers. They're trying to pad out their economy, and again, Furia on the buy, not much left in the hole. They need to be successful. Horrible start with the shotgun in connector. This time they're approaching the short B position. They've got the smoke. They're moving forward for a fast split. They went shy for the fast rounds on Inferno. Maybe we'll see the same here, and it seems so. The site's been cut in half with smoke grenades. Now, do they wait them out? No, there's a big charge from Art. The W key being held all rounds by Art. Not really working out for him though at the moment. RPK holding that barrel position, being conservative with his bullets. And it seems now things might start to slow down, at least for Furia, but not for Vitality. 5 versus 3, and it's starting to get worse, running out of bullets, but here is a trade frag, and there is the round. 5-0 for Vitality. Not feeling too challenged just yet.
Yeah, that push looked like it was going to work out really well. Vitality had a 2-man setup on A long, and those players were still on A long when Furia hit the B bomb site. However, Vitality reinforced the B bomb site with those players, which really just goes to show how long Vitality were able to delay, keep hold of the water position and just hold on to the bomb site, which shouldn't really happen. So really good, that's a mixture of really good utility work and team play from Vitality to slow down the push so much, because that was a great round to run from Furia. They punished the fact that Vitality are playing this long setup, and I think, like Sponge was highlighting on the desk, if you watch Furia's demos, their defaults against North consisted of 2 players going towards long, like almost every round in their defaults, and that really conditioned them to hold players towards that long position. And Furia have a different approach to this game, which is the way you want to do it, but for some reason, they're just not getting these, like strategically things are looking like the decision making is good, but they can't follow up with the execution, James, and that's a problem. They're not hitting enough shots there so far. Back on the scout for Arts.
Yeah, these crappy buys, not really getting anything out of them at the moment. Molotov towards T-Ramp can be quite a nuisance. Many T sides will throw a smoke into it, which slows them down quite considerably. They've got to clear the party area, but Furia will sometimes just run through it and ignore it to some degree. Take a little damage for earlier position. Now, Furia could get close to the A-bomb site here. There are lurk smokes you can put in front of this angle, so you really can't see anything if you are Vitality. But that's not being offered right now by Furia. Now, if they did do that, again, they could burst with these pistols, or at least try. There's a resmoke from Vitality, but again, looks like it's going to be the raw peaks. A hand is spotted, and there is Vinny taken out. Here comes a stream of grenades, but can they get close to the site to try and plant in the first place? Apex denying them for now, slowing things down, 4 versus 3, and there's ZywOo to pick off Quesarasso. Now he's not HP, and it's down to Able J, and that's not going to work out either.
Vitality are reading the game really well there. One of the things that I mentioned earlier is just the idea of basics. Vitality's basics are really strong at this point, and Furia are not able to defeat that. And one of the things is that, you know, Furia's playstyle is very, very fast, and Vitality are finding a lot of mileage out of just playing passive because of that. Because if you play very aggressively against a team that plays very fast, you can sometimes get run over or caught out of position. Like, it can be difficult. But if you play passively, then you can catch them out. You can catch them making peaks. And that's what's been happening so far. And Vitality, obviously, they are really hitting their shots. Can't really emphasize that enough. Everybody's turned up here so far for Vitality. Furia need to find a resurgence, and they have to find it quickly here, James, because they will go down 7-0 if they lose this round, and they'll be back on a half buy again.
Yeah, this is a huge round for Furia. They really need to get onto the winning column pretty damn quickly. PDQ. NBK comfortably spotting the long position and the long half of the toilets. You can see this big presence from Furia. This is the lurk smoke I was talking about. You can throw this from the short B position as well. So if you want to get close to the site without Vitality, well, to keep Vitality guessing, that can allow for situations like that. Apex has been taken out. All he's seen is one player. He doesn't necessarily know that there are 4 around A, although Odd has gone to pick up the bomb.
Oh, MBK caught. Peeking, and now it's down to ZywOo. He gets eliminated as well. Out.
A hell of a lot of work. But there we go. Denial of information forces the jiggle peaks from Apex because they can't see because the smoke is up, the lurk smoke. Now, on this occasion, they had 3-4 people around the A-bomb site. If they were to continue to take toilets and then put that kind of thing up, you could have one person there, you could start to fake with it, but it may require a lot of work to take toilets, especially with 2 AWPs coming out for Vitality, an instant change in approach, ZywOo and NBK, and you can see ZywOo will be playing around the toilet position, NBK on long with the AWP. So both towards A, using that range. And this time we've got a slow start from Furia around playground and so on. So this will be a much slower approach. But Quesarasso has taken short B pretty quickly and shown some presence there with some grenades towards Graffiti.
I think this double setup is particularly scary, I think, for Furia. ZywOo looking to push the bathroom's position, or at least find some angles towards the divider. And some more noise there, so perhaps investigating behind the flashbang. See what he can see. Goes to the peak, and Art will get out of dodge. So we'll definitely hit that footstep. And there's the incendiary as a response. Time is beginning to tick away. RPK with that deep position, slightly elevated towards Monster, very annoying to deal with. And so he's still just waiting so patiently for any sign of any player towards short. He's had a footstep, he's had a flashbang. 40 seconds to go, and looks like they're going to try to fake towards the A-bomb side here, and it might actually work. There's 3 players there, James.
Yeah, but RPK is still holding in one of those really annoying positions, which is a problem to deal with, but they will go 1 for 1. And he's got a flash for himself. Is it going to be successful? It is. He could get 2. He will. That's the bomb as well. And look at the time on the clock. A Molotov up on short. He's seen a short player. He has so much information and position. How on earth can Furia possibly recover from this? This is not the reset they were looking for. They've got so much to do. Only 12 seconds to do it, but maybe maybe there's a chance. Art's got to plant the bomb. One spotted by Graffiti. He's got 7 seconds. He needs to get on this. He can't fail. He's got to plant this in the smoke. Able J trying to hold things down. Can Art escape this around the pillar now? And somehow they...
The Furia, they had, what, a 4 versus 3 that absolutely got blown up towards the short position. Great performance here from Apex. Look at him go. Famous out, smoke out, and he's just going to lock him down. They couldn't get in front of the smoke in time to actually have an engagement, and Apex just obliterates the round, and that was such a critical one. Of course, there is still money for Furia, but Vitality, they're still looking good here. Still a lot of fight in them. That said, their money's actually still very, very vulnerable. So Furia still with a chance to force them onto pistols. And oh, look how quick he's going up towards the barrels peak, the peak from short into that B-bomb site. Looking to find something, but he's going to be given up. His position at least will be given up by the tagging from the Molotov.
NBK was in connector, but he went back quickly towards Divider, which was quite smart because Yuri was threatening to go up top, but right now he's looking for a potential flank in long, and Vinny was very quick through connector. So there is the flashbang, which you bounce off the light, so if anybody's holding an angle by Divider or the flower bed, they're forced away from their position. And in the meantime, we have an opportunity for Art to try and get a pick. Vitality playing further back, trying to avoid some variance if Furia go for something crazy, and they certainly are. You've got the crab walk coming in. Alex is up top, and he may soon see something. There's his head, but he'll pop Able J. Now, there's time for a rotation. 4 players heading towards the B-bomb site, getting into deeper connections. They've got the water position. Alex and Apex. Apex moving around the site, taking Art out. The frags are all coming for Vitality. 4 versus 2, 35 seconds. Furia have clutched before, but this might be too much to ask. Yuri moving into the short B position and thinking better of it. It just hasn't gone their way. And we're looking at 8 rounds for Vitality. A stronghold on the CT side of Overpass.
And it's going to be so frustrating for Furia because especially, you know, as you say, with 4 surviving, they're going to be out of economic danger. There won't be that sense of urgency. They'll have a buffer of money, and you know, Furia will not be able to push them onto pistols and, you know, pick up one of those more free rounds, I suppose, when you know your opposition is ecoing. So Furia can't seem to catch a break here. And again, we saw this on Inferno. Vitality's individuals are performing immaculately, and especially Alex, 11 for 2 right now, leading the charge. Well, I was about to say head and shoulders above his teammates, he's not, but he is performing incredibly well, anchoring these bomb sites like a champ. And you know, you talk about the ZywOo factor, and it doesn't feel like it's been needed so far. Obviously, ZywOo's delivering, he's doing his job, but you know, we haven't needed to see that crazy ace situation, or you know, a really big clutch from him. He just has to do his basic job. Everybody's performing from the French side. And Furia with only really the AK here, as far as rifles are concerned. Serato desperately trying to find something, some kind of an opening.
It's another round where Vitality start with 4 players towards the B-bomb site. They are expectant. Pretty rare you're going to see a rush towards A, and are not concerned too much with playing the party area. We've lauded Furia's T sides over many, many matches, but it seems that Vitality are offering a unique challenge. If I remember correctly, Furia 16-8'd Vitality the last 2 times they met. Maybe the only 2 times they met, I'm not 100% on that, but yeah, this is looking like a very tall order for Furia at the moment. They don't have the best weapons. Vinny with an MP5 over the MP7, that's not a good idea. Grenades coming into the A site once again. Vinny gets taken out with a wallbang, it seems. Apex will deliver one, nice and easy. Plenty of CTs here, and Furia are going to get nothing out of this, it seems. Yuri would love a headshot, but he will be denied again. Vitality back to winning in numbers. Nobody lost. Money can be built for the late rounds in the first half.
Yeah, it seems like it's really difficult, or well, not impossible for Furia to really get on these bomb sites if they don't get a pick earlier in the round. And because Vitality is playing this very passive style, generally speaking, and especially when there's a half buy, as we saw there from Furia, they can't get that. There doesn't really seem to be a way for them to get that pick that they need, especially when there's no AWP in play on Art. I mean, that seems to be one of the key factors to allow Furia to get the openings that they need to really break these bomb sites. Vitality's defenses has been really incredible. ZywOo, he's not been tested too much here, and that will be an easy one for him to pass.
It can't be 2 rounds for Furia. It can't be 2 rounds on the T side. It feels like it's going that way, but they've got to get more than this. Rasso charging through connector with the bomb, coming up to join, which allowed him to take the A bomb side. It has been dominant for the French-speaking side. Furia attack has come and gone, and we are looking to see if Vitality now can take it to 10 rounds to double figures. Maybe that would be casting a big shadow on the faces of Furia. If Vitality got to 10, we shall see. We've got an exchange of Molotovs towards a short B position, and again, a faster pace. Now, we've seen many rounds where Vitality have had 4 towards B. This time they have 3, and they picked the wrong timing because now there's a straight push from Furia. No grenades, no warning, nothing whatsoever, and they have got to trade Furia.
Seems like that might be the way to crack open this bomb site, but they have to take more control here. We saw players ready, and Alex from the short position. He can't be stopped. A quick 2 kills, and that might just completely kill this rush entirely because the bomb is out of position. It's not made its way to a plant. I think they've missed their window to plant this bomb as Vinny looks for some frags here, but he'll get eliminated by MBK. Just AbleJ left now in a 1 versus 4 with the bomb down out of his hands. There's fire all over it. There's smokes down on the other choke point as well. This is looking hopeless here, and they didn't even get the damage change. They didn't get the pressure on Vitality's economy. Once again, Vitality I don't know how they're doing it, but they are always just coming out so well against these rushes.
Dismantled by routine in that round. No one in a short B position. 3 kills for Alex. He will take them in kind, gratis frags, which indeed will put Vitality on 10 rounds, and all AbleJ can do is walk away and wonder what could have been. Again, we've seen it from different teams so far, just the dry peaks into the monster tunnel, trying to abuse the numbers and so on, but no one taking care of the short B position. Don't know if these are on the fly, and they just, I mean, again, we talk about the T side for Furia and the level of detail on Inferno, for example, on a T side. If you have a CT smoke up just in front of the site, they'll have HEs announced by the barrel position. So nothing can be taken for granted, but in this situation, I feel like maybe it's being done on the fly because there are clear holes in the push. To have 2 players on site taken out from a position like that by the sandbags just looks really, really bad. There we go, Vitality make it to 10 rounds now. Opportunities running out for Furia in this first half, but they do have another bye.
They do, and indeed it does look really bad when Alex is able to just pick up 2 free ones there from short, but here we go. Default from Furia, and indeed, we don't see the same defaults that they were using against North so far. And Vitality have adjusted. The long portion of the map is being completely ignored, and that's a nice pick from Art. That's actually something that Krieg is really good at. When you push Monster, you try to get those picks. He'll get a smoke down for pressure, and he'll fall back. But I wonder if Alex will hear all of this.
As you could see on the radar, he's turned to follow the direction of the sound, and there's 2 for ZywOo. Nothing going the way of Furia at the moment. That is absolutely brutal. A slight clue, maybe just enough preparation for ZywOo to expect the players to come, but you go for 1, you get 2, and just what can you do, Furia? Nothing working their way in this first half. They sell the fake, they bait Vitality into a rotation, they start to move towards A, and a double frag will just slow everything down, almost to a complete halt.
It's hard to watch, isn't it? It's hard to watch. I feel so bad for them. Just when they start to get an advantage, they start to get stuff going. If they don't lose 1, but they lose 2. That is so brutal. But here come the pop flashes. Maybe Furia can still bully ZywOo off of this bomb site. Well, looks like that's not going to be the case here. He'll take down R. He's got support as well. Down to AbleJ again in an impossible situation. 11 rounds for Vitality. Furia are struggling.
Military precision from Vitality. This is just nasty. Lining up, both taking tickets. Seems they took the same one. 11 rounds for Vitality, and let's see what Furia are able to buy in this last round of the first half. We do have some rifles coming out. There will be perhaps some limitations on the grenades for Art and AbleJ, but the buy is reasonable. But you don't have those signature Kriegs, no plural, just a singular, just the 1 on the Yuri, and 3 Galils in order to get some grenades. NBK will get taken up towards connector again. He has been fast in connector and fast out. This time he will be denied though.
Yeah, another opening pick here coming in to the hands of Furia. Perhaps they can build off of this one. Vitality, but already with 3 players towards the A bomb site, so they're really feeling it. So I'm going for a deeper peek, looking to investigate and see if there's any presence in the bathrooms. Furia slowing things down a little bit, but here comes ZywOo, and he's going to get one. Of course he will, and there's no trade. ZywOo is 2 shots this time for the 2 kills, and 3 unanswered frags going the way of Vitality. Furia needs something. Keserato and Yuri left to try to deliver, but it's ZywOo all the way, taking down absolutely everybody. And now Yuri, again, there's so many situations like this, James, where look at how hopeless this is. What can Yuri possibly do from this position? It's the last round of the first half. He's going to find a way to win it, and he can't. Alex shuts it down. 12 rounds for Vitality, 3 for Furia.
ZywOo is 19 for 4. That is a dominating statement from Vitality. Will it continue in the second half? Find out after the break.
Oh God, it's looking really bad for Furia right now. They need your energy, Wembley, because they are suffering at the hands of a Vitality that is looking like a very well-oiled machine. That is brutal, isn't it?
Yeah, it's brutal as those odds. Those odds are absolutely crazy. You said you need your energy, but these guys are firmly behind Alex for the most part. There are some Brazilian fans there, but I think they are outweighed by the English, the British at the moment. Vitality looking to close this one out in devastating fashion as they move to the T side. So with 2 flashes and a smoke, there will be no P250 for the Ts. 4 players of Kevlar, Keserato, smoke, and a kit. Usual stuff. He's in no man's land now, and he's not going to win that duel. He sees 2 players, maybe sees, or definitely sees the bomb on ZywOo, but there'll be no crazy rotation. A lot of players in connector spotted by Alex. He sees 3 people. He'll deliver 1 kill, but surely Vitality get the race car on now.
Yeah, they have to. Furia is going for the fast rotation. They know exactly what's going on. It'll be very difficult to stop this, though, because they're going to be firmly out of position. However, it's a pistol round, so you never know. I mean, case in point, on the first map, we saw what Keserato could do in a hopeless 1 versus 4. It's always possible in a pistol round. So we'll see what Furia can offer up here. But the bomb is down. It has been secured. That money's in the bank for Vitality. But can they close it? Out they go from bank. Furia, can they get the kills that they need? ZywOo is shutting it down there with the help of Apex. Just Keserato left again in a 1 versus 4. He picks up 1 kill. But there's 3 more players to find, and this is looking very, very difficult here for him. For this USP, finds another one onto. I'm afraid for Furia right now, James, because Vitality are 3 away from lifting that trophy.
I was afraid for NBK jumping at Keserato like that. I mean, maybe he wants to prove a point that he is a human after all, but he almost wasn't. Trying to claw that one back. Indeed, 13 for 3. We have a 4th buy for the most part. Art's left $1,000 in the bank for an AWP should an opportunity arise later, so he's got no Kevlar. Having a look at again, the aggressive style of Art hasn't really kicked off in this final just yet. On the back foot, Furia from start to maybe finish. On Overpass, 3 CZ75s, a Desert Eagle for Keserato, and that Scout for Art. Vitality will take map control, make sure that they have every possible push held down in case one comes. They know that Furia will be very desperate in this situation. But Furia waits. Art has rotated all the way from A towards the B bomb site, so they have practically no vision towards A at this point. So if Vitality head towards A, I do wonder what Furia will choose to do.
Yes, this is a very classic anti-eco, anti-force buy round where you send almost everybody up long. Of course, you don't have too much to worry about. You can face all together. It's very difficult for the CTs to deny you positioning. And once you get those forward positions, you can just execute onto the bomb site with Molotovs, with flashes, with smokes. And in doing so, you keep everything very safe. Even if they know you're coming, they won't have anywhere to stand, as there'll be flames everywhere. So that's the idea, at least. Also be really careful. They're creeping up behind this smoke, and He's going to have to go behind the smoke himself to keep himself safe, but KAST will emerge from a smoke, and they are getting just taken fully advantage of here by Vitality.
Yeah, nobody was in position on the A bomb site apart from Art with the scout, really. Apex had the off angle on party for anybody coming out of connector, took care of that, and that's the round over. At this point, there's nothing more for Furia to get from this. They might as well hold on to what they have, and they will try to do that. But we're looking at 14 rounds for Vitality. It's going to have to be a spectacular CT side if Furia are to do anything, and it may be against match points.
Yeah, that's the reality. I mean, the beauty of Counter-Strike is that it's not over till it's over, but so far, you know, Furia have been, it seems like there is almost a systemic sort of issue for them here today against Vitality. You know, one thing that Vitality have been doing so well is just playing really solid CT Counter-Strike, just keeping things fairly passive, just having very tight defenses on the bomb sites, and obviously they have incredible individuals, and every single one's been delivering. And that's something that Furia can sometimes rely on, is the fact that they can overpower their opposition with superior individual ability. But Furia right now, you know, we're missing that key piece that can tie it all together, which is arts.
Tactical timeouts at the moment. What on earth do you choose to do in a situation like this?
Yeah, it's really difficult because it's really difficult because you kind of want to just roll the dice in this situation, force buy, and give yourself two not good chances versus having just one chance and putting it all in on that against match point. But at the same time, you're playing in the grand finals. It's hard to make these calls, these decisions, and they're actually going to go for the conservative choice, the force save. I know many people that would go for the force buy twice in this situation, so for an aggressive team like Furia to go for the save, you can see they've really thought about this. They've got still on that scout. He can't find anything just yet, though. And another thing about Vitality is, you know, I talked about their basics on the CT side. On the T side as well, they've been playing really tight against these eco rounds, these save rounds. They've been doing a really good job in playing it to a T. Very disciplined approach, very diligent. And it looks like they may go for a very similar, well, maybe exactly the same round as before. Just take everybody up A long. I can maybe get a tag here, but there's not much more he can do without risking his life.
Yeah, but he's got a risk. He needs to get some tags for his teammates to follow up upon. There's one. Running away from the rank 4 team in the world at the moment, Vitality. The resurgence of French Counter-Strike seems to be here. Deploying these smoke grenades. Great spray from NBK. Knows the angles despite being blind. On the dike will be Vinny. Can he find two? Jumping. ZywOo says no, but there are trades here. Mabel takes on his own now, creeping around the smokes, but he could only do so much. 12 match points for Vitality.
Art's going to pick up his first AWP on the second half here, and it's got to be impactful. They've got to find something. They've got to dig deep. And one of the things about Furia as well is that, you know, they've had an incredible run in the last, you know, couple months and to get to this point. But this is really where, you know, some of that tournament, that stage experience can really come in handy to help you fight your way back from these kinds of positions. You know, Astralis really made their name for that during their era. And here we go, Vitality will take over Sewers very quickly here. It's looking like a somewhat of a default setup from Furia's CT side. Art holding down the A side of the map by himself with the AWP. Yuri rotating in towards B perhaps to assist this B bomb side defense.
Is it really possible? 12 rounds in a row just to stay alive. One round at a time. There's another smoke. Will it be well timed for Vinny? No map control outside of, well, beyond the B area for Vitality. So they're more or less committed. NBK checking for a flank just in case. So this is a smoke which lands in the middle of the site. Stand in front of the barrels, throw it from top of the pole. Helps cover the balcony position. And there's Vinny taken out. Doesn't start very well, doesn't get. Furia still alive.
Oh man, how did they turn that one around? That looked done actually after that opening kill. Looked like Vitality, we're going to be able to find a way back in there, but here comes KSGO. And that double was everything. And Yuri with the double as well. They're not easy. I mean, those 2 kills from Yuri, that's not easy to pull off. You got to get that first kill really quick, and then it's basically a 90-degree flick. So that was a perfect storm there for Furia to defend that. But honestly, Vitality had the advantages. So how many times can Furia do that? Vitality, you're asking the question because they're going to go back into B even more quickly this time. Opening kill for NBK. The return from KSGO. How much can Furia do here?
Yuri is on a very long flank. He's moving forward, and we've still got Vitality stuck just inside the monster tunnel, so he could get a lot out of this once the smoke disappears. He sees one other one to the right, but of course it's ZywOo. Who else? And there's Alex leaving KSGO 1 versus 3. The best player to be in this position, surely. It looks like he's going for a very long rotation. It is match point after all. He's got to go through the toilet so as not to give the sound cues away as Vitality start to move into the B bomb site. They don't know where he is just yet. Going down the connector stairs, and Apex is waiting. He's going to move into the angle, but KSGO might look the wrong way. Apex, can he deliver the kill? He can! Vitality win ECS Season 7 Finals London 2019. Led by the UK man Alex. They are your champions.
And what a beautiful rise for Vitality. This is absolutely fantastic. They performed as they had always intended to perform. They've been rising up the ranks tournament after tournament, and the experience, the tenure of these players, the history behind this French squad, it's amazing. The old meeting the new, James. You've got ZywOo, this incredible talent meeting an incredible talent